Good afternoon. I wish to tell you that we have now agreed the entire document. The text which was agreed last night, but which had square brackets around two reference value figures, has been altered, but the figures have now been agreed. The full text will, I'm informed by the Council Services and the Presidency, will be available in approximately a half an hour, and I would ask you to read the document in its entirety. We are referring now to the pact as the Stability and Growth Pact, and I want to pay tribute to Jean-Claude Juncker, who helped the Irish Presidency to facilitate a dialogue and a final resolution between France and Germany, who in effect reflected two polar positions amongst all of the member states on the Council. I would also like to pay tribute to the role played by the incoming President of the ECOFIN, Gareth Zam, and I think if you link Luxembourg, the Netherlands and Ireland together, you will see how indispensable the small countries of Europe are to the successful European project. The details, which I will go into in a few moments, are satisfactory to all of the participants and of necessity involve a degree of compromise. And I think it would be fairer for you to have the text for people to go into that in some detail. But on the presumption that some of you people get the text before we get them, I'm going to go through the information. Last night, I spoke to those of you who were here at 2:30 and indicated that the definition of exceptional would be a figure of, which was in brackets at the time, of negative growth or a real reduction in GDP of 1.5%. That figure, with agreement, is now 2%. Last night I spoke to you in terms of a paragraph, the reference number which was 29A, and which the reference value was, this was the floor and the ceiling. The ceiling has moved from 1.5 to 2, and the floor around which there was a bracket last night was 0.75%. And again, just to refer to the issue in terms that every one of us can understand, the debate centred in the final hours and days on the position that would occur if you had real negative growth of real negative growth of 0.75%, but not the 1.5% or now the 2%. Could you begin to argue that there were special circumstances that would enable you to run an excessive deficit of more than 3% and not incur the sanctions and the penalties?